Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Bo. Some of you may have recognized me. I do have a vinyl related channel, but this is going to be something totally different and separate where I show sports related paraphernalia, posters, comics, cards, toys, vintage stuff. This is kind of where I'm in the direction I'm going to take this channel in. With Seattle coming into the NHL, I've developed an interest in hockey. I'm a neophyte. I don't know anything about hockey, folks, so bear with me. I do have my Don Cherry Buddy Poppy going. So let's start with the Pennants. So I've been using some of my vinyl records, things that I was no longer interested in, to build capital to acquire some of these, and so these were all eBay purchases. Okay, so we'll start with this first pennant here. This is the Indianapolis Racers, defunct team. These are all WHA pennants, by the way, defunct league. The Racers were Wayne Gretzky's first team. I believe in the last season of the WHA, they folded 2 games in, and he was sold to the Edmonton Oilers. That's the Alberta Oilers on the pennant. I'll do the weatherman thing, right? Got to be able to move. Point to the screen. Okay. So anyhow, he ended up being sold to Edmonton, and that pennant's Alberta, of course, the original name of the team. This next pennant over here, this is the Winnipeg Jets. It was the landing spot for Mr. Bobby Hull, the great Bobby Hull. I remember reading about him when he was a kid. He developed his strength by picking up blocks of ice. He worked for a company. He would use these tongs, grab these heavy blocks of ice, and carry them upstairs. So, Bobby Hull, Winnipeg Jets. I think too that when the Jets came into the league, they offered him like $1 million bonus to sign with the team, because they asked him, well, what would it take to sign with? He said $1 million, so they go, here's a check. I'd heard that all the teams may have chipped into that because they needed, like the old American Basketball Association, they wanted names, name attraction that gets you on the map. This is the Quebec Nordiques. They are now, I believe, the Colorado Avalanche, and I think the Winnipeg Jets are now the Phoenix Coyotes, and possibly moving, from what I understand. At one time, when Seattle was coming to the league, there was rumor that Phoenix might move to Seattle, but instead Seattle got an expansion team. Key Arena's redone. Looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, we get a basketball team back too. I'm definitely a basketball guy, but I'm gonna get into this hockey thing here too. This is the Edmonton Oilers. Wayne Gretzky, Paul Coffey, Gary Curry, Grant Fuhr. I'm forgetting names here, but this was probably the first team when we got cable that I actually kind of may have followed a little bit in hockey. I didn't watch a lot of hockey, but it was at the end of the Islanders run, and so Edmonton was coming on the scene, kind of taking over as the dominant team, and then in the NHL. These, of course, are all WHA. This is the pennant that kind of disappoints me the most. This is the New England Whalers. This is Gordie Howe. After leaving the Houston Aeros, he played with the Hartford Whalers. They changed their name from New England Whalers. When I buy from eBay, generally I trust people that have a really high seller rating. And this guy had a high seller rating. I'm not going to name him. It doesn't really matter. I should have been suspicious. There were pictures taken from weird angles. As you can see, there's heavy staining. There's really heavy staining. It's in a protective sleeve, so you can't really see what a wrinkled mess this thing is. If this channel ever gets to 100 subscribers, I will probably offer this up as some sort of, when I replace it, that's the goal. I will probably offer this up as some sort of, contest. We'll do some sort of a contest, and this will be the prize if you're interested. Like I said, it's really heavily stained. I watched a video online about cleaning felt pennants. They said you have to be careful. If it's felt on felt, you don't want to use steam because that could wreck the gluing, and it could be, all this could be screened on too. So this part here is felt on felt. The rest of this is screened. And so they said to use a lint roller, but it started to take up, not just the dirt, but it started to take up some of the ink. So I decided I'm done with that. Toodaloo to that idea. Anywho, so that's it. These are my WHA pennants. Upcoming videos, I've got some NFL pennants, USFL pennants I'd like to show, cards, toys. We're going to get into this whole thing. So I hope you stick around. I hope you like what you see, and we'll see you next time.